Thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. Wow, I'm so happy to be here, and I'm so happy to hear what Alicia just shared. Yeah, because I'm also like you. I'm also a social. One of my other profession, okay, besides being a leader in Avita, is a social entrepreneur as well. Okay, you like to empower women. I like to empower children. So my work is mainly with the children in Africa, in India, and in Chiang Rai, in Thailand as well. Yeah. But tonight, I'm going to discuss about one very interesting topic. What is it? Yeah. So I want to ask all of us, right? I want to ask all of us here, right? Imagine we are all frogs. Look at each other, look a bit like eyes quite big, right? Yeah. So I want you to put on your imagination a little. So imagine all of us are frogs in a pot of water, and the water temperature is gradually rising. Yeah. But you have no idea because you are a frog in the pot, right? You don't know whether there's fire below or whatever. So I want to ask all of us, if you are frogs in a pot with water temperature rising gradually, what do you do? I ask a person next to you. Yeah. Now, what will you do? Kate, what will you do? Ah. So in order, no, what happened if you don't jump out? Long life or short life? No life, right? But what happened if you jump out? Then you long life, right? So in other words, it is about awareness. First is about awareness, and second is about making a decision and then taking action. Do you all agree? Right? So like it or not, we all live a life. Actually, long or short, right? It is a short life. Agree or not? So making full use of every opportunity is really important. Right? So there's a Chinese saying. What is the Chinese saying, Fiona? 生老病死，人之常态. So what it says is literally that we are human. We are born in an instant, just like that, right? And then we grow old. Look at the picture, right? We grow old. It's a long process. And then we get sick. Okay, it can be a long process as well. Before we die. And dying is also an instant. So whether it's a long life, short life, it depends on your awareness. And then you can take the right action. And then you enjoy. Now the question is, I want to challenge this. Actually, in Avita, we challenge this norm. Of course, 生老病死 has been a norm for a long time. But can we, with today's technology, today's awareness, and today's actions, abundance of action that we can take, can you imagine dwindling this, reducing this pain, reducing this sickness? Okay? Because 生, born, is something that you and I cannot control. Die eventually also cannot control, right? But how you grow old and whether or not we get sick or sick for a long time, we can control. Agree? So this is what tonight's topic is really about, especially in the coming trend, which is now the water is gradually rising in terms of temperature. Okay, so I want to talk about longevity economy. What is it all about? Now, do you know that back in 1800, our average lifespan on planet Earth globally, this is a global statistics, is only 31 years old. So if you look at each other, all of us, yeah, yeah, we are on a OT, overdraft, right? But 1800 is a long time ago. It's a bit difficult to imagine. Do you agree? Yeah. How about just dial back 100 years? 100 years ago is literally like our grandfather, or some of us is our great grandfather's time. somewhere between Spanish flu and World War II, right? So during that period, average lifespan on planet Earth of human being is only 50 years old. So in just 100 years ago, human histories, we don't really know much about old people's problem. We don't have a lot of old age issue. Do you agree? Right? Because most people don't live till then. That's why in Chinese saying, it says that 80古来稀. That means 80 years old is like, wow, you are antique already. Right? Very special, very precious. Right? But today is different. If you look at the development of many areas, right? First, we are now richer. Secondly, we are now really abundance of opportunity. And then medical advancements and all that. If you look at the graph now, it is 73, average the world over. But you look at some of the countries that you and I know, everywhere, including Africa, the poorest nations of the world, all these countries are above 50 and growing. And if you look at Singapore, it's already 83. Yes. How about our neighboring country in Asia, yeah? Because most of us are Asian. Let's look at Malaysia, 76, Philippines, 72, Thailand is close to 80 or so, and then Indonesia is coming to 70. So in other words, all the countries, including the poorest nations, there is a dip 2 years ago because of COVID, 3 years ago, but it continues to climb. Every country is climbing. So there's a book that is quite famous now. It's called 100-Year Life. Okay, it's a very good book. So those of you, you can go and, it's by Linda Gratton. Very interesting book that postulate about the economy and what we are all going to experience. So we are kind of like the frog in the water, but the water, the trend is developing very gradually. Many people are not aware that the water is rising in temperature. Okay, so the wind is already blowing. The question is how many of us will get caught in the cold? So tonight, I hope that we explore some of these ideas and see. Now, what is this trend telling us? Now, this trend is telling us something really important. If we look at this number here, in Asia alone, the seniors aged 60 and above will outnumber all the young children very soon. Okay? It will grow from 700 million to 1.3 billion. 1.3 billion is the population of the whole of China just a few years ago. No? Right? Less than about 10 years ago, China population is at 1.2 billion only. But now, Asia alone, we are going to see a 1.3 billion of older people. Now, is it a good thing, a bad thing? There's no good thing, bad thing. Just that many of us will also be in this number. Agree? Look at the person next to you. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, because 2050, how many of us will still be alive? Yeah, 2050, most of us will still be alive. I will be in the 80s, right? And many of us will live to 100. Okay. Now the question is, what do we see today? Can we project forward 2050? And what kind of awareness we need to have today? What kind of decision we need to make today? And then finally, what kind of action we should be taking today in order to live the life of abundance and freedom going forward and all the way to a ripe old age of 100. Okay, we're going to have a disco here at 100 years old, okay? Yeah, okay. Maybe we'll go skiing together also, right? Now, let's take a look at this. Because the longer lifespan, it is an ongoing thing. You see, COVID is a worldwide calamity. COVID is something that is a global pandemic, but it didn't kill a lot of people. But Spanish flu at that point in time killed a lot of people, right? Percentage-wise to the whole global population. Why? Because technology has advanced. So we have better medical care, we have better advancement, we have better inoculations, we have better vaccine development. and quicker vaccine development as well. So like it or not, you and I, we're going to live longer. Most of us, yeah. So those are average lifespan. Average means Singapore average lifespan is 83, meaning there's a lot of people already much above 83. Right? There are also a lot of people who die much younger in that sense. So average 83 means that there are already a lot of people living to 100 and even beyond. So this is a fact of the world today, right? Now, beyond advancement in technology, also because people are richer and more abundance now, we have more choices. Many people are more having that kind of financial independence. So we can choose to buy better food, eat better quality meals, right? So these are the three big reasons. And of course, there's also sanitation, environmental, and more governments are putting the right infrastructure so that less people are living in slum, for example. Okay. Now, one more thing that is happening, the second factor that is really pushing this envelope is that of fast aging. Fast aging means more and more and more older folks, and then lesser and lesser and lesser of younger people. Do you all already sense that? How many of you have less than 3 kids? Well, almost all. Yeah. If I were to ask how many of you have more than 3 kids? Yeah, only one. See? Yeah. Okay. You're only one, right? So this is the fact of life. And I wouldn't ask, but how many of you don't have kids? Yeah. Okay. So who is going to shoot up her hand? So this is a fact of the matter. If you look at this chart here, aging population, long time ago, 1990, there are only 0.5 billion people who are considered aged, yeah, meaning 60 years or above. But by 2100, it will be 3.1 billion, you know. Do you know what's the significance of that? On the 15th of November 2022, just 2 years ago, well, actually 1.5 years ago, right? Right? That was when our world population shot beyond 8 billion. And then 1 in 6 by 2030 will be aged above 60. And then by 2050, it will be 2.1 billion. Wow, that's a big number, right? So there won't be enough younger folks to support us older folks by 2020 because most of us will be 80 plus, right? Okay, for you 90 plus, yeah. Yeah, I'll be 80 plus. Yeah. How many of us will be 80 plus? 2050? Yeah. Yeah, we are all in the above 60, let's put it that way. Yeah. So one of the awareness is there'll be less younger folks to support the entire economy. Singapore government is talking about that and taking action about that. But as I travel around the world, across Asia, I don't see many government even talking about that. They're just trying to win the vote enough to secure the next election, correct or not? Yes? There are not many government are thinking way ahead. Singapore is already building 2 more general hospitals because as the population age, admittedly, no matter how you look after yourself, there will be a higher number of people falling sick, requiring medical care. Do you agree? Okay. So a few months ago, I was having lunch with this healthcare expert who works in the hospital management. And we're having lunch and we're talking. And I say that, hey, we are in good shape, man. Government is building 2 more general hospitals, right? One in Tengah, another one over at Bedok in the east, yeah? And then he shook his head and says, yeah, thankfully, our government has the money. Money can buy what? Money can buy hardware. We can build our building. We can buy all the X-ray machine, MRI machine, and whatever not. But software is a problem. Already today, he works in a hospital, and he says that today, all the hospitals are short of nurses. Do you realize that? Eh? My father was warded a few months ago for some procedure. And amazingly, he says that in the entire ward, okay, of 6 beds, I think something like that, was handled only by one assistant nurse. Assistant nurse, I mean, he's not a nurse. He's a man okay, who goes around changing diapers and doing feeding the patients and doing all the non-nursing thing. He says that it's very, very hard to see the nurse, meet a nurse, because the entire hospital is short of nurses. Okay, the acute care is being dragged here and there. So all those that is like, in the general ward will be cared for by assistant nurse who are non-nurse. Already today, when you build two more general hospitals, that's why my friends shake his head and say that when the two hospitals is ready, they don't know where to look for nurses. Right? So this is another awareness that you do not want to forsake. Okay, for those of us who are 80s, we better everyday party, not forsake. Okay, let's look at a country that is a little bit advanced in this boiling pot of water. Okay, it's heating up, not boiling yet. Yeah, Japan. 30% of the population are already, 1 in 3 are already above age 65. We all know that. Yeah, we all know that. We have read it in the newspaper and all that. Now, there are many, 36 million of them. Now, in many reports, it is projected that the Japanese aging care market, aging care market is very big. It's not only just supplement, not just medical devices. It is a lot more than that. Okay, including aiding, assisting living devices, beds, and whatever not, is going to be 954 billion US dollar. That's huge. That's a huge market by 2025. Interestingly, in Japan, like many of the other richer countries in Asia as well, most of the people who are 60 and above, these are the Gen X, Gen and baby boomer. Baby boomer, Gen X, including even Gen Y, right? These are the people who have earned well worked hard over the last couple of decades. They have earned well, they are financially independent, they have traveled the world. Okay, in Japan, it's the same. Age 60 and above house are holding 65% of the country's assets, personal financial assets, amounting to 17 trillion. So many of the reports about Japan's economy, silver economy, is that the Japanese are able to look after themselves. Right? But not many countries are like that. Right? So there is another pot that is boiling over as we go along. Now, let's take a look at this. What are some of the implications? When the longevity economy is advancing, there are certain implications that is facing us. Some are already facing this situation, like in Japan. Some, like in Singapore, Japan, South Korea, Taiwan, and Singapore are the fastest aging in the whole of Asia. So we are coming to the Japanese situation very, very soon, which is why, thankfully, our government is actually taking a lot of proactive action now, okay, including sponsoring people who wants to career transit to go for nursing courses, for example. This is just one of many examples, yeah. So what is some of these huge unmet kind of health crisis? Not just health, but it's also health, it's also economic crisis. And when health and economic come together, it becomes emotional crisis. And it becomes a family crisis as well. Okay? Now, what are some of this? Let's take a look at that. Now, one of which is the number of Medicare personnel. Okay, we call it healthcare personnel, right? Right. But when you talk about healthcare, typically in today's context, the definition of healthcare is basically sick care. Right? Taking care of the sick, taking care of the people who are admitted to the hospital and all that. So you can see that South Korea is striking now. Right? Even in Malaysia, our neighbor country, right, are going on strike because they are overworked, they are underpaid, they're not appreciated, they are scolded by the patients, parents or the loved ones and all that. There's a lot of stress there, and there's not enough of compensation that gives them the kind of livelihood that they want to. And you can take a look at, including Singapore. Okay? Singapore needs more doctors. And there's this very interesting commentary in China News Asia that says that, but setting up a fourth medical school isn't an answer. Okay, So there was a lot of debate in this article about what is the way to go about doing it, because there are a lot of doctors trained, do doctoring for a short while, and then got burned out. Okay, and then they left. So in nursing as well. So you look at nurses, Germany is fighting for nurses from Philippines. Yeah. Germany is an aging society as well. They're fighting for nurses. And if Germany is looking for nurses, you think everywhere else is looking for nurses. And in fact, there's a very interesting article about from Philippines. The Philippines are now trying to curtail export of nurses because they have not enough. Right? And they're fighting because they built a lot of nurses. Then most of the nurses don't want to work in Philippines because Germany is giving them a lot more higher pay. Right? And Singapore is fighting for it because eventually everybody is trying to pay for more human resources to get into their country. So there will be shortage all over the world, especially when fast aging, we are living longer life, and then there's not enough of fertility to have more children to resupply the human resource. Right? So what do we see in all these trends? It is about two things. One end of the spectrum is all about illness, about ill health, about sickness. And then the other end of the spectrum is about wellness, about staying healthy. So lifespan is no longer the main thing that we are all looking at. Health span is what is a key word now in the wellness economy, in the longevity economy. Well, health span means the number of years that you are alive and without pain, illness, disease, and needing caregiver, right, wheelchair bound, etc. Okay. How many of you would like to have a high level of health span? Every one of us. For what reason? One, there will not be enough nurses and doctors, right? If there is, it's going to be more expensive, right? If Germany is going to give Filipino nurses $1,000 a month, and Singapore rich also, right? Probably you will beat 1,001, right? And then you have other country, Japan, even richer, right? Japan can say, I'll pay 1,005. So it's a finite number of nurses that come here or go there only, correct? So this is a fact of the matter now. Secondly is that we are all growing older. There are two aspects to it. One is the younger people, and the other group are the already older people. And then there's another group that is right in the middle, right? So right in the middle will move towards the aged society, correct? Now the question is, we are all more health conscious now because we do not want to fall sick and not having enough people to look after us. And then for the younger folks, they're seeing that this is silver economy. You read a lot of report about silver economy, silver business opportunity. This is the place where there's going to be many, many pots of gold to seize if you ride on the right momentum. Okay? Now, let's take a look at what silver generation of today and tomorrow would like, what they want, what they need, and what they want also. Okay? Number one, medical care. Definitely, this is a growing business. Okay? That's why a lot of doctors, after serving in the public hospital for a while, they prefer to go what? They go private, right? It is I don't know. I don't envy government also the world over because it's always going to be a war for human talent and resources, right? Because the silver economy is going to become bigger and bigger a pie. It's very luring. And if you are a good doctor, you will get lower pay in the in the public hospital versus a higher pay in the private hospital. In fact, you can ask for any price and people will be paying you because there'll be a lot more rich older folks who will be able to pay anything to get themselves cured or prevent illness and stay young and stay healthy. Agree? So that is a golden opportunity there. So how are you positioned? Are you the one paying or are you the one providing a value-added service that you will get paid? And that is what we are going to discuss tonight. Yeah. Second thing is beauty products. It was very interesting. There was this survey in Europe to talk about what do these old people, 60 and above, what do they buy, Okay. Do you know that 60 years old and above shopper who are online shopping, they spend average $200 every month, okay, on all these products, and they beat the millennial, right? And you think about it, is logical, right? They may shop less. The young people will shop a lot. Every day got Shopee delivery. How many of you experience that? I experienced that. My daughter buy a lot of things every day until the guy who deliver the Shopee package, know my family. I said, oh, yeah. Every other day come, right? But they buy small item, right? $10, $20. But the older ones, they have the money, okay? If they buy beauty product, they won't buy the $5, $10 product. They'll buy the $300, $400 product. That's why the difference, yeah. And it was very, very interesting, yeah. And then the other thing is that most of these older folks of today and tomorrow, like us, many of us, we have seen the world. We are frequent traveler, right? We are financially independent, and then we are discerning. Okay. If you go for a travel, you will not go for a cheapo travel, right? You will go for something that is of value. You get what I mean? Yeah, we are discerning customer. So travel and tourism is going to be a big thing, right, for them. And preventive wellness is going to be humongously big. Preventive wellness is different from healthcare. Healthcare in today's context is when you're sick, you go and see a doctor, you go to a clinic, you go to a hospital, okay? Needing nurses, needing a doctor, needing surgeon. Wellness require educator. Wellness require knowledge about how to prevent illness. So preventive wellness is going to be very, very big, right? In the years going forward. Already is very big now. Okay. Then anti-aging. Anti-aging not in just cosmetic. Looking good is very important, especially for men. No, not wrong. Yeah, for women. Yeah. Okay. But anti-aging is more than just surface cosmetic. Anti-aging means anti-aging from inside out. How do you keep your cells? How do you keep your organs? How do you keep? Because now we are going to last longer. Like it or not, we're going to last longer until 100. Right? The last thing you want is born, grow old, then sick, and then die. Wow, this kind of very painful death. Right? Rather, we all wish for born, grow old, die. Yes? What say you? Yeah? Right? No sickness or minimize it at least. Yeah. So this is a very big one. Slowing down degeneration or slowing down aging is going to be a huge market because everybody who is discerning, who has been worldly, nobody want to grow old and become sickly. Right? We are all, in fact, many of us, we even today, the survey says that we are all very kaifang, very open. Right? We know that we only have one child and the world is going to be very tough for them. So a lot of parents don't have the hope that the child, I know you have the child outside, right? Your son, right? Are you listening? Yeah. Many parents alone, yeah, even though we are Oriental, we are Asian traditions and all that, we no longer expect our child or our children to look after us when we are old. In fact, some parents are already thinking about, hey, let's gang up together, we go to assisted living environment, right? Not old folks home, but it's discerning, high, high class. Okay. They even curate tourism. They have doctors and a wellness educator to service them. It's like a service apartment for the growing old. Yeah. So this is already evolving. Right? In fact, Singapore is government alone is already evolving this kind of living environment, right? HDB, but we've integrated with community center, integrated with healthcare. See, this is the whole concept that is driving forward now. And a lot of this concept are taking root over in neighboring country because Malaysia is cheaper, right? So instead of paying 16,000 a month, Okay, in Singapore, there are a few organizations that they call it assisted living. It's $16,000 a month. Okay, but very class. You have a nice room, you have whatever. Right? And then, of course, if you go to Malaysia, it's cheaper, maybe half the price. Right? And then there is another group that might be, we are close to 60, we are 50 now, and still working hard. Not enough nest egg yet. This is a group whereby they are actively looking out for opportunity to generate some form of passive income. Because as you grow older, you can't compete with the kind of active income. You agree? You work hard, you get paid. You work hard, you get paid. You work hard, you get paid. Wow, the working hard part is going to be more harder. It's going to be more tougher because you are aging and you want to slow down. You want to enjoy life, but you are stuck in that kind of working environment. So many older folks are looking at ways that is called lifestyle business. Are there lifestyle business opportunity rather than a job opportunity? Because job is going to be tough. Even government can raise the retirement age to 65, to 67. Even you go to 70, the question is, who will hire you also? Okay, even if hire you, can you do the job? It's so tough, that kind of life, right? 8 to 5, 8 to 5, 8 to 5, the grind. Yeah, never ending grind. You call it a rat race, right? Okay. So last thing you want is you are approaching 60, 70, and you are still in the rat race. Okay. So what are the opportunity? Anybody who can offer opportunity for such lifestyle business stand to gain tremendously, stand to write a new opportunity going forward, a golden opportunity going forward. So what are we looking at? So in Avita, you come to Avita, and I would like to say that I'm very proud that this Singapore company, Singapore organization, is offering opportunity and yet also offering wellness solutions. Okay, so let's take a look at what is Celergen. Okay, I think instead of me talking a lot, let's take a look at one short video that will be self-explanatory. Okay. Yes, may your Celergen journey starts today. Yeah. So let me explain a little bit introduce about the company and why did we start this Avita journey 17 years ago. So Avita is a Singapore company. We were launched in 2007, that's 17 years ago. Our focus is on preventive wellness and anti-aging. Now, preventive wellness, I told you, is about educating people to not fall sick, right? And anti-aging means that you must have solutions. You must have technologically and evidence-based solutions that will help in this aspect. Because if you can do that, if you can educate and you can provide solutions, then we stand to actually seize an opportunity and help a lot of people out there. Okay. And it's a network marketing business model which allow all of us here, regardless of whatever line or whatever background, what N level, O level, MBA, doesn't matter. Anybody can come forward, join us, and actually participate in this business opportunity. Okay. And now we are in 10 countries across Asia. And we are very proud that in some of these countries, it is very baby market, and some we are a lot more matured. We are all very grateful to this lady. Her name is Li Xiangying, all right, the founder and the CEO of Avita. And she always said that life is a gift. Never take it for granted. So it means that you have to be aware that the water might be rising in temperature. Okay, don't take it for granted because by the time you know it, it may be too late and you kena frog soup. Okay, 天鸡粥. So we want to see where are we now at the moment. Avita is across 10 countries in Asia, Singapore, Malaysia, and then we open up Taiwan, Japan, Australia, the Philippines, Indonesia, Hong Kong, and then we have Thailand. And the baby market is Cambodia. We were talking about Cambodia just now, right? With Kate, Alicia. Yeah. And this is a golden opportunity for us to make a difference there. I hope that there will be many women who can join us, and then we hold hands together and co-create a wonderful Cambodian market together. Yeah. And Cambodia is not just Cambodia. In Cambodia, we met many interesting aspiring entrepreneurs. They say Cambodian only 16 million. They say only 16 million. Singapore only 5 million. 16 million is still considered a small country. But they say that Cambodia is a gateway to the whole of Indochina. And Indochina is 250 million. 250 million compared to 5 million. Yeah. So that is the kind of extent of market. Yeah. So if you don't do regional business, you think that all the world is in Singapore, it's very small. Okay, then you are another kind of frog. The frog that is not in the boiling pot, but deep in the well. Okay. So let's not be the frog in the well. Yeah. Now, dietary supplement, which Avita Celergen is it a small or big market? Okay. Here we are looking at just a little study about Asia Pacific. Yeah. And you could see something here, very interesting information besides the number. Yeah. 2022, it was 152 billion. It's projected to grow to close to 400 billion by the year 2030. And beyond, you can see that it will go beyond, far beyond that. Now, why is that so? We already know about the longevity economy that I was talking about. So it's inevitable. Whether you like it or not, this tide is rising. Okay. It's either whether you choose to be the consumer, which you are going to buy supplement, right? So one way is that you will be in this market. Okay. Whether or not you are a consumer in this market, you are just spending, contributing to this 370 billion, or you are in this business, which you can get a slice of the revenue of 370 billion. Which one would you like to be? Most likely you'll be both. Tonight you are here listening to this opportunity. If you got a clarity, you make a decision, you take the action, then you can be in both. If you're unaware, like most frogs in the world of rising water temperature, okay, most of them, 90% of them will be just at the consumer end. Okay. Now, if you look at the smaller words on the left-hand side, you will see that all the major brands that are listed there. You will find both traditional marketing brand like Nestle, like GNC, and you will also find network marketing brand. Okay, Amway, New Skin, and so forth, right? Herbalife and all that. So inevitable. And supplement market is very suited for network marketing because if you enjoy the product well and you share with your close friends, your friends are likely to believe you more than an advertisement. Okay. So this is actually a very good product and good wellness solutions that will go very well on a person-to-person marketing platform like network marketing like us. Okay. Now, let's go on and let's look at it. Why just look at Asia Pacific? Yes, Avita today is in the 10 Asian country, but many of us have got customer outside of these 10 countries. How many of you have customer in Europe and US and UK? Raise your hand. How many of you? Middle East, maybe. Yeah. So some of us have got market all over the world. Okay. So now, how big is this global wellness economy? Okay, it's not 400 billion, it's 7 trillion. 7 trillion. How many zero? Hong Jia, how many zero? Trillion? Don't know. Yeah, too many zero, right? Okay, let's don't look at all this numerical. Okay. Let's have a feel of the market. Okay. Now, how many of you own smartphone? Or let's ask how many of you don't own smartphone? Nobody. Do you think the smartphone market is big? Let's do a compare and contrast so we have an idea of how big it is. How big do you think the smartphone market is? Like him? You look very intelligent guy. Yeah. Yeah. Just give me a guess. 7 trillion, more, less, double, at least 7 trillion. Okay, good. Yeah. How about eh, Sarah? More than 7 trillion. Okay. Hong Jia? Guess lah. That's why I call a guess ma. Okay. Uh guess wrongly, no punishment one. Don't worry. Yeah. More, less, more. Okay. More, double or 1.5 or 8 trillion, 9 trillion, 10 trillion. What's your wild guess now? Never mind. Two times. So 14 trillion. Very smart. Alicia? How many? Number lah, number. 8, 9, 10. Yeah, true. Some got 3. Yeah. Chartered accountant, I chartered accountant, I sure don't need to Google. Now it's yes, hunch. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12. Hey, all very smart. Okay. Like him also very smart, but all wrong. Okay. Let's look at the latest statistic. Latest statistic put mobile phone and smartphone. Okay, added up together, it's only 1.2 trillion. So here you can have a sense. Yeah, because smartphone is something we can't live without, let's put it that way, right? But you don't buy a smartphone every month. All right. But in the wellness economy, in the dietary supplement, you take it every day. Okay. So there is a difference there. That is the difference between consumable product versus non-consumable product. Like a chair. Everybody needs a chair. Every family needs chairs. But you don't buy chairs every other month. You don't renew the chair every other month. Okay. But you renew your consumption every month. And that is key. Yeah. So now you can see how big is the wellness economy. Now, like it or not, we are all, 100% of us will be a consumer in the wellness economy. But not necessarily every one of us here will become a business person in the wellness economy. Fair to say that? So it is a choice. It is a choice whether you participate in this, what we call rising tide trend. So there's an old saying, right? When the tide is rising, what do? Yeah, you don't fight it, you ride it. And you ride it, you rise up with less effort, right? But if you fight it, you will still lose, okay? Even with a lot of effort, okay? But if you're not aware whether the tide is rising or not, then you become the frog that get cooked, okay? So here is the opportunity. And it is the wellness economy and the longevity economy that is a double engine that is propelling all of us, humankind, everywhere on planet Earth. It is a matter of higher degree or lesser degree. Some country, the longevity is not so because, like for example, Vietnam. Okay, Vietnam during the war, a lot of old people, all the adults got killed. Yeah. So it's considered a very young country. Okay, so they won't know much about old age problem until much later. But Japan, Singapore, Taiwan, South Korea, and in fact, many countries around this part of the world also will encounter the aging problem very soon. Now, that's the reason why Avita was launched. This is a vehicle to help the people who are aging, regardless of age, to actually slow down aging. And then it opens up entrepreneurial opportunity for you and I to be a part, to participate in this business. Okay, this business of rising tide. Now, we have different products, but I just want to highlight one as an example of how we scrutinize evidence-based product as a practical and pragmatic solutions for today and tomorrow. Okay, so I'm going to talk about Celergen. You have watched the video, but I think what I would like to do is to highlight some of the pertinent, important information. I hope that you arm yourself with some of this information so that you are better equipped with the right tool for you to go out there and add value to the marketplace. Now, I'm very proud to hear that there's this anti-aging specialist in the Beverly Hills in the USA who made this remark. He says that Celergen is the Rolls Royce of supplement. Okay, so can I ask if you have a chance to represent a company selling or promoting a wellness product, do you wish to represent the Rolls Royce of supplement or the Suzuki of supplement? Which one, Rolls Royce or Suzuki? Yeah? Or what is your old car? QQ. QQ of supplement. Don't know, huh? Okay. Don't laugh at QQ. QQ is a very good car. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So let's understand. Cellular therapy you saw in the movie, in a short video, is about cellular therapy. Let me ask ourselves, do we understand ourselves? Do we understand the cells in ourselves? Right? So how many of you know that we have 100 trillion cells in our body? 7 trillion already cannot imagine. 100 trillion. Okay. That's how many cells in our body. Okay. We have all kinds of cells. Okay. We have all kinds of cells. You have cells that make up our bones, cells that make up our liver, cells that make up our neuron, cells that make up our immune cells. Everything that's inside us are cells. Okay. Now, when you look at diseases, we can name 1,000 diseases by many, many different kind of names. But at the end of the day, if you think about it, if you have a blood disease, it must be because some of your blood cells are not healthy. Agree? If you have an immuno problem, right? You have autoimmune issues, it must be because some of the immune cells are not functioning well. If you have osteoporosis, it must be because some of your bone cells are not functioning well, therefore your bone become brittle or become less dense. If you have other form, whatever disease, kidney disease because of kidney cells, liver disease must be because of liver cells. So at the end of the day, you may name 1,000 diseases, but if you come back down to the fundamental basement, you'll find that it is because some cells are not healthy. So the question is, how can we beef up this? Because we are all made of cells, but if we can help find a way, find a wellness solution to help our cells to stay healthy and not fall sick. So we have to ask ourselves, why cells get sick? Two reasons. They get poisoned or they are not enough nourishment, isn't it? Okay? 简单的来讲啦, right? Make it simple. Must be because either they are poisoned, okay, or they are not nourished. So if they're like human, you will get poisoned, you will be in trouble. Or if you're undernourished, you'll also be in trouble. So let's get poisoning. We all know about free radicals. Okay, we generate free radicals in our body. And today we live in a modern society, but then we are also encumbering a lot of factors from external, right? Pollutions, air pollution, food pollution, water pollution, soil pollution, you name it, even radiations. All these are introducing many free radicals into our body. And free radicals are bad people. Okay? They counter the cells and they penetrate through the cells. They get inside and mess around with your DNA. Your cells get mutations and then lead on to tumor and cancer. Okay? But if they mess around with your mitochondria, which is your battery, then you have fatigue. You have low energy. You are not unable to function as a cell. So if this cell is a bone cell, you get bone disease. If this cell is your liver cell, you get liver problem. Okay? So free radical is causing us a bit like rusting, oxidative stress. It's like rusting from the inside out. And that is really horrible and terrible. We want to counter this. Right? And how we counter this is with Celergen, modern solutions, making use of the latest of modern biotechnology, Swiss product, developed in Switzerland, the highest standard of all. So what does Celergen do? If we talk about prevention of cellular degeneration, we must start at the cells. Three things. Number one, it protects the healthy cells. So if you have healthy cells, what you want is to prevent poisoning by the free radical. So Celergen is super antioxidant. It provides the antioxidant ability to protect it from against the free radical damage. Number two, those damaged cells, that means your cells are a little bit goyak, okay, not yet totally unfunctionable, but somewhat malfunctioning already. It needs nourishment. It needs repair. And Celergen help to provide the quality nutrients to help the cell to repair themselves. And third, what is even more important is cells are like human. You have a lifespan. Okay, some cells are a few days, then they die. Then they generate into baby cells, yeah? But some cells are very long, right? Like your bone, your knee cartilage, tendon, all that are very long lifespan, right? So whatever the case is, whenever the papa cells regenerate into baby cell, the question you want to ask is, are the baby cell more healthier, stronger than the papa cell? If not, then it will be a degeneration. So always, we are in a race of regeneration and degeneration. If degeneration is faster than regeneration, we degenerate on the overall. But if our regeneration is faster and better than the degeneration, then we can sustain and slow down our aging process. And that is what most of the longevity economy people are looking for. The millions and billions of consumers are looking for that solutions. Okay, they're waiting to hear from you and I. So cell therapy 1, 2, 3, make it very simple, is like that. Every one of us are aging. It is without saying. We can't stop aging, neither can we reverse it all the way to when you are 12 years old. Okay. But we can slow down aging, like we said. 3 steps to it. 1, 2, 3. Number one with Celergen is that the moment you take Celergen, you intercept and prevent further degeneration. Number 2 is start the repair and maintenance to bring up the level of the cellular health. And lastly, it rebuild and rejuvenate so that the baby cells, generation after generation, it can level up the health. Okay, so this is cell therapy 1, 2, 3. And that our solution is Celergen. Now, does it work? I can keep on talking about theory, okay, talking about information, but does it work? Okay. Now, I would like to show you two ladies. Can we lower the light a little so that we could see the face a little bit clearer? Yeah, the spotlight also out. Yeah. Okay, can you see this clearly? Right. Okay, good. Yeah. So a guess. I know some of you know Mrs. Yo, so I won't ask you the question. Maybe I could ask Hong Jia first. Yes, Hong Jia. Guess their waistline. Sorry, not waistline. Their age. Yeah. So just intuitive. Yeah, it's not a trick shot. This picture was taken just outside with a camera. A and B. A is about
A is about 82.
is about what?
82.
82. Okay, good guess. And then B, né?
B, she looks 78 or
78. Wow, you are
76.
very specific. I like the precisely. Wow, precise. And then we have the chartered accountant. You have to give decimal point already then. Just a wild guess. It doesn't matter. Yeah. A and B.
A maybe about 66.
66. Wow. Point. Okay, joking. B.
B set 69.
69. So they are about the same lah. 68 and
B
60.
should be
B should be older, huh? Okay, good. Yeah. So now we just review the age. A. Yeah, she will. Luckily, she was not. She's not here. Yeah, if Chun Gyok is here, you are gonna. Yeah, don't care whether your water is boiling or not. She will just taro you. Okay, B. Eh? Yeah. Now, Mrs. Yo has been taking Celergen since the launch of Celergen in the year 2009. A has not taken Celergen before when this picture was taken. Okay. So A started taking the Celergen 4 months later. Do you see a difference? Yeah, do you see a difference? Healthier, right? Yeah, look better, look healthier. That is the effect of Celergen. Now let's put Lady A one side first. Let's look at Lady B. Okay, so I've collected Lady B's photograph over the years. Yeah, because we all know Lady B very well. Yeah, Mrs. Yo. We delightfully call her Auntie Yo. Yeah. So Mrs. Yo, 2022, during COVID times. 2023, after COVID time. And 2024, this year, during one of our colleagues' wedding. Okay. What do you see of Lady B? Like frozen in age, right? Yeah, I think can sing the song Frozen. Yeah. And this is the power of Celergen. I use a photo because it's almost like a tracking her from day one until now. Right. And mind you, someone at the age of 70s and or older folks, it's like old car, right? Old car more difficult to maintain, right? To turn around the old car is harder. So I'm using some of the older folks to actually show you if it can help with older folks' cells, it can help with anybody. Okay. Now, I feel that this is a blessing for all the parents. Now, this is Lady A's mother, the other lady, yeah. So after she have enjoyed the goodness of Celergen, she say, I think my mother needs it. And her mother was 88 years old at the very beginning when she started on Celergen. And just look at 2 years later, same pair of spectacle, but a whole new life force from within her. And that is the beauty of what Celergen can do when the cellular health is level up. Okay. So for all our parents, if your parents are still alive, I highly recommend it. Of course, I give it to my father. Okay, and my mom. Okay. So my father is 87. This is a recent picture taken this year during their wedding anniversary. Right. Yeah, this but 2 months ago, I was in Bangkok giving this talk. Okay. And my wife went to visit my father because my mom was with my sister and my sister-in-law shopping in China, in Guangzhou and whatever. So my father was alone at home with a helper. So my wife went to visit him and she texted me this video. So I want you to see this video. My father, 87, yeah. So he walks every morning, 1 hour, holding hand with the helper. My mom always teases him now he has a new girlfriend. And he practiced this every day at 2 o'clock. 87, sharp like a bird. Mobile, read newspaper, play mobile phone, a game, and online mahjong. And then told me, yeah. So my father started Celergen shortly after Celergen was launched. And this has been keeping him healthy. Okay, keeping him sharp, slowing down his aging. Yeah. Of course, he knows he's already 87. He sometimes also gracefully joke with us, my time is up soon. Okay. But this is what I really meant. Shen Lao. Hopefully no pain. Then when the time comes, go. Okay, and we can all celebrate life, not mourn the death in that sense. Yeah. So I really encourage you. Now, why is Celergen effective? That should be the question. For those scientific mind like mine, okay, I ask why. Don't tell me all these stories, no? I mean, these are all just stories, right? Some people are like that, right? Agree? Yeah. They want to know why. So I want to share with you 3 main reasons. Okay. Number 1 reason, why is Celergen so effective? Number 1 is because of the synergistic formulation. Synergistic formulation means how do you incorporate the good ingredient, but incorporate in a way that will make an impact. Okay? And this is a Swiss formulation, and that is why. Second, if you look at it, why is it so effective? It's because of the extraction process. Now, extraction process means that you have good ingredient, but you must be able to bring out goodness of the ingredient. And in cellular therapy product, what you want is natural ingredient, especially cell therapy product is about peptides and amino acids. These are all protein. And if you're going to use the normal way of extraction using heat, you're going to destroy the bio infrastructure of the ingredient. So the best and the most precious way is raw material, agree? But you have to extract using co-extraction, which is more expensive, but it's absolutely necessary for the quality of our product. And then lastly is it must be the delivery mechanism. How do you absorb the good ingredient from the Celergen? So delivery mechanism is about using this fully digested ingredient, but it has to pass through not digestion in your stomach. They are all pre-digested already. You want to go into your intestine and get absorbed, which is why it's enteric coated. And enteric coating means that it can withstand the acids in your stomach, and it will only dissolve when it enter into your small intestine, which is slightly alkaline. And whatever ingredient that is released in your intestine, it gets absorbed directly into your bloodstream. So it's almost as good as injection in that sense. Now, we say also that if you look at this ISO, you look at this here in the middle, you'll find that ingredient must be certified. So these are French certifications of the marine ocean fish that is harvested off the coast of France. First thing, raw material must be certified. And then the manufacturing process must be certified ISO 1400 and CGMP factory, right? So the manufacturing must be certified. Third, whatever the product that has been manufactured, it must also be certified for their safety, their reliability, and their efficacy. And that is all the Swiss certification up there. Right? And if you think about cellular therapy, you are actually enhancing a person's efficacy in terms of health. So if you are athletes, you also be worried. You say, hey, suddenly I can run faster, I can go further. Is there some kind of enhancement ingredient in their drugs, Okay. So it's also important that we send it to BSCG, Banned Substances Control Group, to certify that Celergen is drug-free. That means no chemical. Okay. So this is the quality and accreditation of Celergen. Evidence-based, like I say. Then you can be proud to bring it out to the world and value add to a lot of people. Okay. And then one more concern is, hey, you're going to enhance our cells. Do we all know that we all have cancer cell in our body? So what will happen to a cancer cell? Will it get enhanced and then become super cancer? We are also worried, which is why our CEO commissions this independent research that was done in 2013. Yeah. So I pick up one of many reports. This is a report on human liver cancer cells. What are the effects of Celergen on human liver cancer cell? Liver cancer, pancreatic cancer are the most difficult to treat. Okay. So I just highlight this. If you look at the first, at the bottom, Celergen decreases the activity of proton onco gene. Onco gene means oncologist, right? Means study of cancer. So onco gene are those genes that if it's highly active, there is a higher chance of causing cancer in our body. Okay. So if we can decrease the expression, we call it expression or activity of the oncogenes, good news. Okay. Then a likely to be lesser chance for the cancer to emerge in your body. Number two, if you look at the top corner, it says it inhibits the proliferation. What does proliferation mean? Spreading. So you can inhibit by 73%, even if you have cancer cells, there's lower chance of being spread. Number three, the last chart, we look at it, 25 to 30% of cancer cells undergo apoptosis. Means it will go natural cancer cell death. So if you can promote more cancer cell death in your body, then your cancer cell number will never rise high enough. And this is a anti-cancer regime, anti-cancer routine that you can actually use Celergen for. Okay. So this is one of my customer. The moment she finished her chemotherapy for breast cancer, she started on, or rather, after she undergo mastectomy, when she started on chemotherapy, she started on Celergen. And he underwent 14 months of that treatment. And to the point where she was declared cancer-free, she came to the office here and she celebrated with us. Okay, let's look at her since 2015, 2017, 2018, 2019, before the COVID. And this is after the COVID, right? So we have a lot of testimony. Okay, we have a lot of testimony from people who during COVID time help with lupus, help with gout. And you have also people who are in stroke, helping them to recover faster. And doctors are using Celergen to help their patients. And we have CEO who are healthy, but they want to maintain their health. They want to be in the peak and the pink of health so that they can climb the career more confidently. Yeah. And we have someone here as well. Many of you, I know you have enjoyed the goodness of Celergen. Perhaps I could invite Linson. Okay. Yeah. Can you share with us how Celergen has helped you in your life? You started Celergen, I think, not too long ago, so right? Can you? Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm Linsen. I'm blessed that I chanced upon this company. Like it turns around my life because for me to be able to to see doctor every 3 months, but now I slow down to once a year. So actually, for me, I'm very easily tired one. But now if my family or my husband want to book me for events, right, they have to look at my calendar. it's like not say how it's like really book lah, because I events, I can have more energy that where I take this Celergen. So I find that it is good lah, because for me, I'm a housewife for so long, right? I find myself like a fish. I was like swimming in a shallow water. Now I think that I want to jump. When I jump out, right, it may be stones or anything, but I will struggle. But I can jump until the big ocean, because I got so many people here to train me. Yeah. So one day I'll swim and embark this business here, probably. Yeah.
Wow. I've never heard. Okay, it's impromptu. Okay, inviting Linson. I also want to invite the husband who happens to be here tonight. Okay, to share from the other side. I mean, what do you observe? How Celergen help your wife? Right.
I have booked her for the next 2 months. So you all want to book her. That's all I'm very conscious to me. She's so busy, but busy and also at the same time still remain energetic. That's why I'm thankful.
But can you say one or two sentences about what was your wife like before?
I think to me, she don't like me to say this. I said she has always been very pretty, but she don't like me to say this. But I think she's getting more and just very energetic and the outlook is very bright. And because I look at her every day, I say, "Wow, you're pretty every day." But everybody else telling me that she looks glowing, right? Glowing. So that is a feedback I get. And I just feel that she's more energetic and I'm very happy because she can be very tired. Right? She can be very tired. And she still have very good sleep and she sleeps, I think is very good. So I'm thankful for that. But imagine if she's not sleeping well, then I'll be more worried. But she sleeps very well. And I'm very, very glad for that. And she put on how many kg? 3 kg. That one is, wow, that one is fantastic. You know, she's her medical history is that she has some medical issues when she was very young, causing her not to be able to absorb very good nutrition. Any good food that you name, she probably cannot eat. She probably cannot eat. So, but now I look at her, she's vibrant, she's active, she's look very, very good.
Very pretty, very pretty. Yeah.
So I'm happy for. I always say that being around with my wife makes me feel younger, though not look younger, but I feel younger. That's the greatest blessing I have. Yeah.
Wow, ladies and gentlemen, let's give him a round of applause. I've never heard you express this before. You're wonderful. Wow. 今天晚对他好一点啦。And I'm so happy that from a consumer, Linson and Lai Hin now have joined us in the business. And their testimony really are so powerful to help so many people who are looking for a solution that is evidence-based, that is proven workable for both of you. And now you can touch many lives. Thank you very much. Yeah. And this is where I say that you can own and actually build a global business out of this opportunity. If you ride the tides, then it's about finding the know-how and understand the circumstances and the formula to actually write this well. Okay? Not just anyhow do, but write it well. Now, when you build the global business with Avita, this is what you do. When you sign up with us, you are supported by the company. Now, company takes care of all that on the right-hand side, on the left-hand side. Okay? The company takes care of all the research and development, manufacturing, not just Celergen, but your Salva, your NGF, a whole suite of wellness solutions. And then the company takes care of all the logistics. Now, most of us who start a business, you have to handle all this, I call it corporate burden yourself. You got to go and find out how to go and do registration with a Thailand authority, handling the buggeration with Health Sciences Authority, FDA, and all that. All these are taken care of by the company. And the company also do all the accounting for you. Okay? The company takes care of the commission payout in multi-currency to the entire distribution force under you. And so we all don't need to do any of this corporate burden. Now, when you join this, you'll be supported by your upline, who is someone who has been there, done that, who will guide you. And then what you do is that we educate. Remember, preventive wellness is all about education. We go out there and educate people. You can educate one-on-one. You can educate 1-on-10. You can also stand up in a forum like this, educate 1 to 30, 40, 50, 100, 1,000. Okay. Then if they are educated, they can become your consumer. But you can also franchise it out. In other words, you can start your own agency. You can build your own network of distributors. And when you build a network of business partners and distributors, they will in turn do the same thing like you. Again, they are all supported by the company, and you can now expand your enterprise, expand your network from Singapore to the different countries, wherever your connection brings you and whenever your business partners connection brings them. And this is going to be your entire network. Now, we have some phases here, and some of them are here. Some of them are now still in Africa. A few of them, two or three of them, four of them, in fact, they are now in South Africa, Johannesburg, and they're giving a talk like what I'm doing now about Celergen. Okay. And many of them have got network all across Asia. So this is how we create leverage. Now, no matter how good you are in explaining, how detailed I am in explaining this, I can't be impacting a lot more people. But with your help, with every single one of your help, joining me, joining us in this business, then we can leverage. Now, leverage is a beautiful word in business. Leverage means that you are not in a rat race anymore. You're not looking for a job and then doing robotically about a job and hoping that AI won't take away your job, right? But you are now building a business that will impact lives like Lindsay and like him, and bring it out not just in Singapore, but all over the world, wherever your connection brings you to. This is the power of creating multiple sources of income. Remember, I say one group of the so-called people who are approaching 60 and beyond, they are looking for a lifestyle business that will generate passive income for them. That this is a way to build multiple sources of passive income. If you are looking for a transition from whatever jobs you are doing, one day you can own an enterprise like this, Avita is your platform. If you're looking for ways to really do good in helping, empowering women and not tie down to a job, this is an opportunity. In fact, this is the opportunity that allows me to work in Africa, to do my social work in Africa, in India, and in Thailand. So time multiplier is really important. If it depends on performing a function and getting a pay, that's okay if you are happy with that. Like a taxi driver, for example, you drive, you get paid. You drive, you get paid. You don't drive, no pay. But if you're going to own a taxi chain, that is good. Then you don't need to drive, but now you have a whole team of partners all working together. So how does this work? I would like to invite one person, the first lady that is on this, and you'll see her bigger picture here. Gina Ilade. Okay, Diamond President Gina. Okay, has been an ardent business builder together with me and many of us for many years. And I'd like to invite Gina to share your little journey instead of hearing me all the time. Gina,
Okay,
over
good
to you.
evening, everyone. How are you all doing this evening? I am very pleased to be able to share with you my little journey. Although it's not too long, so would 2 hours be okay? Definitely not. I really am so fortunate and blessed to be able to be a part of Avita and be introduced to Avita. In fact, 10 years ago. This year is my 10th year anniversary. Give me a round of applause. And it has been a very rewarding and meaningful 10 years journey in Avita. It started with my good friend Glenda and Elsie Talavera introducing, maybe Alvin show them, yeah, the Avita business opportunity. And at the time, I was looking for really a business that I can do on my own, and built up on my own. Unfortunately, like what Alvin shared, doing traditional business has been such a tough job for me, putting up several businesses in the Philippines. And so I saw the horizon when I discovered Avita products as well as the platform. And cut the long story short, what I did is I really embarked on the business journey. It started with, actually there are 3 or 4 words that I would that are really that are really key to my success in this business. One is learn. Can we say learn? Learn. And then after that, learn is to do. Do. And then after you do it, you teach. Teach. And then you duplicate. That's how really, those are just the keywords of my journey here in Avita. And this picture basically summarizes these 4 words. I learned not just from attending trainings in Avita, but personal mentorship. I really owe where I am now to Alvin being one of my mentors, Josephine as well, and to that gentleman over there, PA Joey Tan, who has really painstakingly guided me over the years into where I am now. The picture over there is Alvin joining me in one of the events we have in the Philippines. It's doing some of the things that we do individually and also together as a team. And then I started doing it to other people. Once I learned, I started to do and apply it into my business. And then I started to teach. And that's how my business grew exponentially. And through me, I have, and my team, mostly of them in the Philippines, because that's where I came from. It has now expanded beyond Asia Pacific. I have network in the USA, in New Jersey, in London, in New York, and even in Africa as well, and in India, in almost all continents of the world already. So, and it's not because of me alone, but the power of leverage, like what Alvin has said. And I find also the business opportunity has an, particularly in Avita, has an equalizer effect. What do I mean by that? People like Lindsay, a housewife for a very long time, and maybe some of us who have corporate experience, it doesn't matter. Because of the Avita education system and the platform, anyone can leverage on it and can partake on it, whether you have business or corporate experience or not. Isn't that great? So really, I'm very grateful and blessed to all my mentors and to my team as well. And I look forward to really growing the business further. And I look forward to growing it together with many of you here, with all of you here. Thank you so much.
Wow, thank you. 谢谢. And in fact, next week I'll be making a trip to Manila to support your group there. Okay, to be invited to speak in a doctors' convention. Okay, there are 300 doctors there. So that's another way for us to make a positive impact. Okay, allowing our experience and our knowledge and our vision. Okay, and we pass it on to 300 doctors. Whoever want to come and join hand with us, I welcome. Okay, if you are not joining hand with me, I also okay. All right. So wish us luck. Wish Gina luck next week. All right. So like Gina say, in Avita, we run it like a school, a business school. So this is an experiential MBA program, we call it. Okay, once you join, that regardless wherever you come from, okay, you may be very experienced in certain fields, certain areas or whatever, but you all can learn together, training, mentorship. Okay, you have team support across the region, and we have business event all over the shop, and we have this regional network. And most importantly, company support us with a business management system as well, real time. So anytime you log in, you can see your volume that comes in from different parts of the world. Then you can make your strategy and adjustment and priority, okay, and your strategy, your plan with your team all over the world. And we do this training in different parts of the world as well. Just recently, we concluded our 13th edition of the Soaring Eagle in Batam. And this is one picture there that you could see people from all walks of life joining us together from different parts of the world, gathering in Batam for a 2-day program. Yeah, you could see yourself there, I hope. Yeah, okay. But of course, it's not just training and the business. I feel that running a business got to be fun, yeah. Otherwise, you get burnout, right? So this was a trip that we went last year. It's an incentive trip to Spain. How many of you want to go to Japan for next trip? Okay. Yeah, okay. Vacancy is available for next year. Maybe Hokkaido or somewhere. Okay. Yeah. So of course, we also celebrate. Okay. Celebrate what? Celebrate accomplishment, achievement, growth, development. Yeah. So like what Gina say, everything is about learn, you do, and then you teach others, and you grow as a team together, duplicating teams all over the different parts of the world. So the anniversary awards and event is going to be always is a very mega event every year. And we celebrate our accomplishment, individual accomplishment and team accomplishment. And when I say accomplishment in business, is it wealth important? Is wealth important? How many of you want to be financially free? Yeah. And how many of you want to share with others and help them all to be financially free? Yeah. So just now I heard Sarah say, right? When the MC asked all of us if you have the time and financial freedom, what will you do? She said she will want to go and what did you say? Yeah, you want to travel and spend more time with your friends. Just now you may say friends, right? Question is, your friends got time to spend with you or not? Yeah, right. But sometimes it's like you have the time, but your friend are all working. So this is where we all come together and celebrate. So one of the accomplishment of any business is abundance. Do you agree? Yeah. Don't be shy to earn a lot. Yeah. I say always make your million. Make your million so that you can make a little better place as well. Okay. You can't help people, you don't even have money yourself. Right. So this is the kind of checks that we all want ourselves to enjoy. Okay. And challenge all of you. If it has been done by a few of us, it can be done with every single one individual. Okay. All of us here are not like high mighty or whatever, born with a silver spoon. We are just like you, what you said. I also grew up in a HDB flat. Okay. Many of us are just humble individual, boy next door, girls next door. But we can earn this because we have a network. Like Gina said, 10 years ago, she was solo, one person, OMO, one man show. Today, she has got how many thousand in your network? 3,000. Give her a round of applause, man. Some people run a business for 20 years, also 2 employees only. Maybe 20 employees, right? 3,000, 10 years. Is it good? Is it because she's so good? No, equalizer. She and many others, everybody grow, right? This is how it goes, yeah? So I share with you how you can get started, okay? You get started, you progress through the ranks. Now, the first 3 ranks below, every one of us, including myself, when we first joined, we are VIP member. And then we progress upward, okay? The first 3 ranks are what we call the consumer ranks. And the last 4 ranks are what we call the business rank. So you want to earn that kind of money, you got to be in the business rank. Minimum platinum director, if not diamond president, and go upward to pearl ambassador. Okay. So typically, most of us get started in this business, like me, like many others. How many of you got started as a gold associate? Can you just raise up your hand? Or most of us. So we get started as a gold associate, and then our first business objective is to get to the platinum director rank. Platinum director rank will earn double more than the gold. Let me share with you how it works. Okay. I just give you one example. Now, this is an example of how you can get started. It's a basic strategy. Once you get started as a direct gold associate, what is really important is set yourself some target and some goal. Don't do this business meaninglessly and aimlessly. Then you wander around, all around. Then soon enough, the water boil, then you become cooked frog. Okay? So you set yourself some target, whether it's 6 months, 1 year, full-time, part-time, doesn't matter. Okay? This business allow you to set your own time frame. Okay. Then, if the product is good, let's say Celergen, do you think you can imagine and visualize helping 20 Linson out there in the marketplace? Maybe 5 in Singapore, 5 in Malaysia, 5 in Japan, 5 in all over the world. Is it possible? Well, you have 20 customers. You aim for 20 customers. This is a 20-10-5 strategy. Okay. Then ask yourself, are there people who would enjoy the product and want to eat it cheaper, for example, the company's compensation plan allows for that. If you want to buy Prada, you want to buy it cheaper, is it possible? Possible, buy the fake goods, but not the real one, right? But will Prada give you more discount? It won't. It will just be the same. But in Avita, what some of these friends will be like a retailer. We call it a silver associate retailer. So silver associate retailer, if every one of them, you train them, you equip them with the know-how and the information. And if they can go out there and help 10 Linsin, they are on the way to consuming for free. Is that good or good? So in this business, everybody can consume Celergen for free, no matter how expensive it is. And that is the beauty of the network marketing system. Now, but not all of them are just thinking about consuming for free or just retailing small. Some people with a big aspiration. Me, when I first started, I want to become an international CEO. That was my basic. When I first started, I gave myself 3 years, 4 years. I'll be an international CEO of an international network, because that will allow me to eventually travel to Africa for 1 whole year. Okay, that is basically the creation of passive income sources. So that is the strategy of franchising. You franchise out to 5 good business partners. You have 5 Gina. Can you imagine in your mind now? Who are your friends who are another Gina to you, another Alvin to you? Then you have 5 friends, you are made for life. And if each one of them are just looking at 20, 10, 5, same. Just look at this as your first year plan or first 2-year plan if you're doing it part-time. How much will you make? I'll tell you exactly, okay? Assuming every one of these people here, okay, every one of them, they're not super salesmen or whatever, we're not looking, every one of them just consuming the Celergen annual pack. In other words, every box of Celergen every month. That's all, okay? Now look at how much you will make. 9,000 in under the consumer group, okay? Second, 26,000 under the retailer group. Why retailer group? You have more, you earn more because you have leverage. You have 10 retailers who are servicing 10 customers of their own. These 10 customers are probably people that you do not know. Bam, now you have a double of the commission. And if you have distributor under you, boom, you get another multiplying effect. And this is where multiply effect comes in. This is why franchising is so powerful a business model. This is why many, like Old Chunky, you name it, Old Chunky, Mr. Bean, you name it, many. When they are successful, eventually they want to franchise out because they can't multiply their business all by themselves. It will be addition. But franchising out, it becomes a multiplication. If you're totaling this whole thing out, you are looking at a passive income of how much? Can we say together? Close to 100K a year. 100K a year of passive income is equivalent to how much per month if you're working on a job? It'll be roughly about $8,000, right? Is it good passive income? Hey, you should ask yourself, if you have a passive income of 100K, how will it change your life? Okay, how will it change your life? Now, but why I say Platinum Director is the first business goal? Why you should lock your target on the first goal as Platinum Director? I'll tell you why, because you will double that. Everything equal the same. Nothing changed, but your rank changed. So it's the same. In corporate world, it's the same, right? If you're a junior executive and you're senior director, you get paid differently, of course, right? A senior director will get a much higher pay. And it is the same system here, yeah? But when you are Platinum Director, you're looking at boom, boom, boom. You see the doubling of the effect, okay? Exactly the same amount of effort, but different in terms of your commission takeaway. And in totaling, you're looking at doubling from 96,000 to 195,000. Passive income. If you have passive income of 200,000, how will it change your life? How will it change your life? Is it worth your adventure? Is it worth your focus? Is it worth your commitment to ride the longevity economy in the most strategic time of our human history now? We never have so many old people, and we are not going to stop having, and the economy is just going to boom along the silver economy. And this is the time for you to ride this wave. So be aware that the water's temperature is rising. Be aware. Then you make a decision. What are you going to do about it? Knowing something is inevitable is one thing. Deciding to do something about it is the other thing. And what action you're going to take now. Now that you heard me, now that you know it, now that you have given the analysis, you can figure out for yourself what action will you take now at this moment. So lastly, I would just like to end by saying that I wish your Avita story begins today. But before we leave, I would like to invite all of you to have a little cluster, okay, maybe 2 cluster, okay, form 2 or 3 cluster, yeah, 3 cluster. And I would like to invite you to share with each other. It has benefited you. Thank you.